In a hidden village shadowed by the towering cliffs of the Amara coast, lived a community seldom touched by the outside world. They were the keepers of an ancient lighthouse, built by a legendary architect said to have prayed for guidance in its design. The villagers, deeply pious in their ways, believed that the light from their lighthouse was sacred, a celestial force banishing darkness, both physical and spiritual. Eliana, the youngest in a long line of lightkeepers, had just taken over the mantle from her ailing father. Despite being well versed in the rituals and stories passed down through generations, she harbored doubts about her own faith and the divine origins of their duties. One stormy night, with winds howling like the myths of old and waves titanic in their fury, a ship appeared on the horizon, desperately fighting against the storm's wrath. Eliana watched from the lighthouse, the beacon's light piercing through the tempest. Her heart ached for the vessel and its crew, but her duty was clear: keep the light burning, guide them to safety. As she fueled the lighthouse's ancient fire, a prayer escaped her lips, a plea mixed with uncertainty. At that moment, the beacon flickered, its light stuttering. Panic seized Eliana. The teaching said that should the light ever fail, darkness would claim not only the land but the souls of all who lived there. With the storm at its peak and the ship pitching dangerously, Eliana felt a presence beside her. Turning, she saw an elderly man in robes frayed by time, his eyes as deep as the ocean. "Do you believe, Eliana?" he asked, his voice barely audible over the raging wind. I don't know," she confessed, trembling. "How can I believe when doubt clings so fiercely?" The old man smiled gently. "Faith isn't the absence of doubt," he said, as he took hold of her hand, leading her to the beacon. "It is the courage to move forward despite it. Watch." Together, they stared into the beacon's core. Eliana, with shaking hands and a quivering heart, added the last of the sacred oil, a distilled essence said to be blessed by the prophets. The light surged, then stabilized, brighter and more forceful than ever, the ship now clearly silhouetted against the stark white light. "Who are you?" Eliana asked, her eyes never leaving the beacon. "A servant, like you," the man said, his figure fading as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving behind a lingering sense of peace. The ship reached the shore safely, its crew haggard but alive, full of tales of a lighthouse that burned like a star against the darkest, fiercest storm they had ever seen. Eliana, now with renewed faith, continued her duties, not just as a keeper of light, but as a guardian of hope. Years passed, and the story of the storm and the guardian angel who had appeared beside Eliana became a new chapter in the village's history, a testament to the enduring power of faith in the midst of doubt. The light never failed again as long as Eliana was its keeper, and when she finally passed the mantle to the next generation, it was with the understanding that belief is more than what is seen. It's what is felt in the deepest crevices of the fearful yet hopeful heart.